Good afternoon, all. Hope you are able to hear me.
Hi, Naveen.
Yeah, hi. Able to hear me, right?
Yes, Naveen.
Yeah, thanks. And same time able to see the screen also.
Yeah, Naveen.
Yeah.
So previous sessions we discussed what is SAP, correct? What is an ERP and why SAP is the leader among all ERPs across the globe. And we saw like how the SAP revolution from start in the year 1972 till today. And we saw what are the features of SAP, and we saw the SAP certification, how to do certification, and what sort of certifications we can do. Clear? And the same time, today we are on different versions of SAP. We discussed on ECC and as well as S4 HANA, right? Any questions still here? Anyone?
No, Naveen.
Okay.
Hi, Naveen.
Yeah, hi.
Good evening. Good afternoon. No,
No questions, right?
no questions. No questions. You can continue.
Today we will discuss about the projects. The most important is projects. For example, okay, like after, for example, after cracking interview and we are join any organization, and majority people knows about it. What are the different projects we have in SAP? Like we are going to discuss about from scratch to where we are going to involve in the project, an entry level or a project lead level or project owner level, where we are going to involve, and what are the different phases in each and every project. That in-depth discussion we will do in today's session. Okay, write down projects in SAP. Projects in SAP. Already I have provided a note, but still I'll do it again. Projects in SAP. Projects in SAP. There are total 5 different projects we have. Okay, or you can type, you can put it as in types of projects in SAP. First one will have the most important one is implementation project. Implementation project. Support project. And again in support project. Okay, support project. So write on implement support projects, again divide into three different projects. One is ticket based support. Ticket based support. Production support. Production support. And last but not least in support, go live support. Go live support project. Okay, and next one, rollout projects. Next one, enhancement projects. Enhancement project. And next, upgradation project. Clear? So these are the different projects in SAP we have. So we once we crack the interview, so if we are on floor, so we may involved in any of the project. Okay. Okay. So here again, I want to reiterate, for example, if you are keeping your experience, for example, you are having total 13 to 14 years of domain experience. Okay. And hope here no one is a consultant, FICO consultant in this particular batch. If no one is consultant, then what we are going to do, as I said earlier also, if you are having a 12 to 13 years of experience or more than that, then what we are going to do, we are not going to change, we are not going to manipulate anything, your payslip or your form 16s, right? Your designations. Just we are going to change your experience. We are going to map your previous current role to SAP role. At least minimum 5 years, we are going to change it. Because in the market, job market, we are having less opportunities for 2 years experienced people, but 3+ experienced people, we are having good market. Current situation, I'm telling you, the current situation, the companies are expecting minimum 3 years of experience. More than 3 years of experience guys are required as a consultant. Clear? So 5+ years, if you are keeping your, you are going to change your resume and you are going to keep your resume as 5+ years of experience today, then definitely I'll tell you, Monday morning onwards, you will get a calls like anything. 5+ years of experience if you're going to keep 3+ years to 5+ years, there are a huge demand in the market, and I'll tell you how to change and everything. So here, if you are keeping 5+ years of experience, right, out of 5+ years of experience, how we are going to change is 1 year, 1 project. For example, I'm going to keep 3 projects in out of 5 years, for example. So 1 project definitely we are going to keep in your resume, 1 implementation project, end-to-end implementation project. End-to-end means what our course content we have, that is absolutely related to end-to-end implementation project. Clear? So 1 complete cycle we are going to see, and we are going to mention the same thing in your resume also. And second one, we are going to mention 2 support projects. 2 support projects. So out of this, any like once you are cracked and you are mentioning 5 years of experience, but same time, whenever you're joining an organization, definitely they won't pull your leg into implementation project in first instance, even though you are keeping 5+ years of experience. Initially, they will take for either testing project or they will take you for support project. Clear? So directly they won't take you for implementation project unless until you have to complete at least a minimum 1 year, 8 months to 1 year in that particular organization. First, they will check, even though you are well experienced, as I said, that 5+ years means around 5 to 6 years of experience, guys. So initially, they won't directly take for implementation project in that particular organization. They will either take for testing project or support project. Clear? Any questions?
No, Navin.
Right. So here we will discuss in-depth analysis of implementation project. We'll talk about implementation project. This is most important. Okay. So this implementation project is also known as greenfield project. Greenfield project. What do you mean by greenfield project? Greenfield project is nothing but fresh implementation. Clear? Fresh implementation in the sense, for example, the organization is newly started, right? And they are not using any system. And the first time they want to directly use SAP. Okay, then that project is also known as implementation, means they want to introduce in their new organization SAP. Then that is considered as a greenfield project or implementation project. Okay, that is one. And second one, my company existing since 15 years. But earlier I was using different systems in my organization. different system. That could be an Oracle or Tally or any other software other than SAP. We are using other ERPs, but due to some defects or disadvantages or disintegration of those ERPs, the organization wants to migrate from non-SAP to SAP. Means we want the organization wants to implement the SAP in the organization. Earlier they were using different thing, right? Then that is called a fresh introduction of SAP in the organization. Then that particular project is also known as an implementation project. Clear? So they may ask you, have you ever worked in implementation project or a greenfield project? So don't get confused. Greenfield project and implementation project is one and the same. Clear? Okay. Right. So two chances when this project can be introduced. One is if the organization is new and they have introduced any software yet in their organization and directly they want to go for SAP implementation. Clear? They want to introduce SAP in their organization. Then that particular project is also known as an implementation project. And same time, if the organization is an existing organization, but earlier they were using different software and they want to migrate, they want to change from non-SAP to SAP, then that particular project is also known as an implementation project. Okay. For example, so I took one example. I don't want to write again. See. So here the most important thing is for we need to know in implementation project or anything. So software development life cycle. This is the important SDLC. Okay. What is SDLC in the sense? For example, I'll explain. See here, there is an organization called Ready Labs. Okay, Ready Labs. Three parties are there. One is SAP AG and Infosys. So here, SAP AG is the SAP provider. SAP AG is the SAP provider. And Ready Labs was using other software earlier. Okay, Tally or Wings or Focus or any other software, but they want to introduce in their organization SAP in their organization. So what Ready Labs has done is, Ready Labs, we call it as an implementation partner or end user. And from where they are going to buy the SAP application or SAP product from SAP AG, that is German, you know that, right? SAP AG, they are going to buy the product. Okay, and they have purchased licenses and everything from SAP AG Ready Labs. So, but Ready Labs is a pharmaceutical company. Ready Labs is a pharmaceutical company, and SAP AG, once Ready Labs purchase the licenses, SAP will give complete dump, SAP dump to Ready Labs. Clear? So whatever SAP dump SAP AG has given to Ready Labs, so that is the complete dump may not be useful for Ready Labs because their business process may be different. Their business process may be different. They require only 30% of dump is required for Ready Labs, but SAP AG will provide total 100%. So here what Ready Labs is, they are not specialist in software, they are specialist in pharmaceutical. So what they will do is, for example, here I have shown you 90 different business processes are found in implementation partner. So here, what are the different processes are there? There are total 90 different business processes are there in Ready Labs. Okay, SAP able to provide what with the dump, whatever dump SAP AG has provided with that standard Ready Lab, we can map Ready Labs business process with SAP product. Almost all 79 business processes we can map directly. We can map directly. Understood what I mean to say? There are total 90 business processes are found in Ready Labs. So with which we can able to directly map with standard SAP. Okay. 79 standard, we can map it, but there are gaps. There are gaps of 11 business processes. 11 business processes. So how they can map it in the sense, Reddy Labs wants to implement SAP in their company, then they will buy the licenses from SAP AG, that is nothing but software provider. Reddy Labs will contact one of the software companies like Infosys, Accenture, IBM, Entity Data, Edge Technologies, Mahindra Satyam, TCS, Wipro. These are there are number of companies are there who can implement this software, SAP software in any organization. Even SAP AG also can implement. SAP AG also can implement the software in Reddy Labs. But here, one thing, why SAP people won't go for directly with SAP AG in the sense, they are little expensive in implementation when compared to other development partners. That's the reason majority companies will buy the licenses from SAP AG and they will check for other development partners other than SAP AG because they are expensive when compared to other development partners. Is that clear? So Reddy Labs wants to implement SAP in their company, then they will buy the licenses from SAP AG. License is nothing but the product. The total SAP dump, SAP software will buy from SAP AG and they will check for who can implement. Okay, according to Reddy Labs requirement. So there are any number of software development companies are there. So Reddy Labs people will go and check, right? Who can implement, who can do the best price and everything according to their requirement. Okay. First, what they will do, first step, requirement gathering. So whenever Reddy Labs people approach us, for example, they have decided to give Infosys this particular project, right? So here three parties, as I said, that who are the parties involved in this particular project. One is SAP AG, software provider, and next one is implementation partner, that is nothing but end user, and last but not least, development partner or consultant. Development partner or consultant. Who is development partner or consultant in the sense, who is going to implement the software in end user place, at end user place. Then that those partners are known as a development partner or consultant. So where we can able to see after cracking interview, is it an SAP AG or Reddy Labs or at development partner? Where can we see ourselves?
Development partner.
Development partner. That is our job, consulting job. Clear? So end user job doesn't require any sort of trainings. It's not required any sort of specialized SAP trainings. But for them, development partners require SAP knowledge, complete knowledge, end-to-end knowledge. Clear? So our focus would be at development partner level. So the complete course will be designed according to this level. Okay. So here, requirement gathering, Infosys team. That's what I'm saying here. Infosys team. Now consider that we are from Infosys team. Okay. Or person, that is nothing but we call him as a project manager or a business analyst. Okay. We'll go to Reddy Labs company to collect the requirement. Means what are their requirement? What are their business processes? Right? First, we need to understand the business processes of Reddy Labs. Right? Without understanding, we can't implement. Right? One project manager or business analysis, as number of people from Infosys will go to the place of Reddy Labs and gather the requirements of Reddy Labs. Once the requirement is gathered, Infosys team will configure and customize. Right? This is most important terminology we are going to use again and again in further classes. Right? What is can anyone elaborate? What is the difference between configure and customize differences? Probably you heard about it, right? Configure and customize. What is the difference between configure and customize or customization?
Customize, we will do it as per our requirement.
Okay.
we'll change the configuration into our customized requirement, basically.
Can you, sorry? See,
We
for
will
example,
change the configuration, whatever is given by any application. We'll
Mhm.
change that into customized way, customized as per our, like, for example, we do this um, um, any module change to our
Yeah.
way of working.
Yeah, that's true. That is called configure or customize. See, for example, I'll tell you one thing. See here, we discussed that what Reddy Labs has purchased SAP from SAP AG, correct? SAP AG, and this project is given to Infosys, right? Infosys person has gathered the information. Okay, means nothing but gathered the information, nothing but they have taken all business processes of Infosys. So they found that in Infosys, there are total 90 different business processes are there. 90 different business processes are there. Okay. Out of 90 business processes, 79 processes can be directly mapped. Without any changes, we can map directly map with Reddy Labs business process. Means without any changes, directly lift and shift, that's it. Okay, then that is considered as a configuration. Understood what do you mean by configuration? Configuration is nothing but whatever Reddy Labs business processes is there, that we will take, and we will take SAP standard, right? So whatever we can directly, without making any changes, right? Without making any changes, we can directly map, then that is considered as a configuration. So out of 90 business processes, how many we can map it? How many we can map it here directly? How many we can configure directly?
79 we can.
79. So how many we are not able to map?
11.
11. So 11 business processes, we call it as a gaps. 11 different processes, we call it as gaps. We call it as gaps. So here, so 11 business processes, we are not able to map with SAP standard. We are not able to map with SAP standard business process. Then what we will do as a consultant? As a consultant, we will understand what are the different 11 business processes we are not able to map. That we will take these requirements, we will give it to ABAP consultant. We will give it to ABAP consultant. Who is ABAP consultant? In the backend, who will write the program? I told you, right?
Yeah, Naveen.
The entire backend screens, the screens will be developed through ABAP programmer. ABAP programming or whatever. The person who writes the program, he is known as an ABAP programmer. So we will give all these 11 business processes, 11 requirements, because we are not able to map. And as a consultant, our job is not to write a program. Our job is only the configuration part. Clear? So what we are going to do, we will take those total 11 business processes requirement, we will write in depth, and the same thing will be we will give it to ABAP programmer, and we will explain them clearly, because ABAP programmer will not have knowledge on business process. Clear? We will be the mediator between the business and ABAP programmer, and whatever business process we understood, right? We discussed with the client, the same thing we will explain to ABAPer. So ABAPer will come into the picture where we are not able to map the standard SAP business process with the client business process. At that particular point of the time, ABAPer will come into the picture. right? If everything 100%, if we are able to map with SAP standard with client business process, then ABAP requirement does not exist. Clear? In the same time, so here 11 business processes which we are not able to map with the customer client requirement, then that will be explained to ABAPer, and ABAPer will take time and he will develop the screens according to the requirement of client. And whatever developed screens are there, developed objects are there, that we are going to map with customer requirement. So that whatever ABAP consultant developed, that is called customization. Configuration, customization, here two different words. Configuration, which we are able to match with SAP standard with customer client business processes, then that is called configuration. Which we are not able to map directly with SAP standard, which we are going to develop with the help of ABAPer. Okay, and ABAPer will develop the objects according to the client requirement. Okay, and after that, as a consultant, we are going to configure. Then that is called customization. Clear? All the I'll tell you again that all the customized reports, all the customized transaction will start with Z and Y. Okay, how can we recognize whether it is a standard SAP report or customized report, or is it a customized transaction or a standard transaction? Means the transactions or the reports which starts with Z and Y. I'll tell you the differences also. There is a difference between Z and Y also. In future classes, I'll tell you. But any transaction, any report starts with Z or Y, then which means that which is not SAP standard, which is nothing but customized transaction, customized report. Clear? You can see that if you are probably in future after tracking, you may work with Apple, right? So Apple is also now they are using SAP. So most 90% things will be customized only in a Apple project. Means majority are Z transactions or Z reports. Most majority other companies, we can see 10% would be customized one and 90% would be configured one, SAP standard one. But here in Apple, their requirement is something different. So that is the reason 80% would be their customized things and 20% SAP standard they will configure. That is only one company. They'll have a huge customization. Clear? Anyone have a questions on this? Configuration and customization?
No, Naveen.
Is this clear, everyone? Because this again and again we are going to use it, but try to understand, even though if something is new for you people. Okay, so business process, what do you mean by business process? That we'll discuss in next session, next slides. Okay, so here once the requirement is gathered, the Infosys team will configure and customize the software according to the requirement of Ready Labs company. Okay, after configure and customizing the software, Infosys team will do different testings. Again, we are going to do, as I said, that you will be in a testing consultant also, test consultants also, or support consultant. So here we are going to do unit testing, integration testing, and UAT testing, user acceptance testing. So every testing we are going to discuss and we are going to see. Okay, unit testing, integration testing, or user acceptance testing. Or sometimes, for example, if you are working in an automation project, right? Your client they are using SAP, but they want to do automation. Okay, so there would be separate automation team will be there. Okay, normally automation tool will be used as a Tosca tool. There is a tool called Tosca. So what would be our job in the sense, the automation team will give us few scripts. What are the activities they want to do automation? They will give that scripts And what we are going to do as a FICO consultant, we are going to check those scripts and we will manually test those scripts. Then you will be considered as an automated test engineer. Clear? Different designations we will get. Test engineer, right? So whenever you are a tie up with the automation team, then you will be considered as a test engineer or automated test consultant. Clear? So that is one of the testing we are going to do it, right? Once all the tests are successful, then so everything is fine. So we have developed complete thing. Okay. And after that, the testings will be done. Unit testing, right? Integration testing, user acceptance testing, and everything is done and everything is perfectly working. Then then it will be given, the product will be given, the software will be given to Ready Labs. Means production system. We are going to talk about what are the different systems we will have. So before that, before giving this one production system, move to production system. So Ready Labs employees were working on either Tally or Focus or Oracle or something. SAP is new for them. SAP is new for them, right? They don't have they have accounting knowledge or controlling knowledge, but not on SAP. They were using different screens earlier, different software earlier. So what is our job after testing and everything is done? Then we have to train them. We have to train them. So there will be some TGs, toll gates, 1, 2, 3, 4. So once all the toll gates are completed, means trainings are completed. Okay, then the complete product will be given to end user. That is nothing but Ready Labs. Clear, everyone? Yes, no?
Yes, Naveen.
So this is called
In the sense, like we
So-
have to show them the T codes or
yeah, everything
that.
means, for example, earlier they were posting one entry called rent paid. In Tally, their screen will be something different. They will press, for example, purchases, purchase account debited to cash account, right? The entry, for example, they have purchased goods for cash. In the Tally, they will press a voucher will be there. They will create 2 GL accounts, purchases under a group called purchase group. Cash by default, it will be there in the Tally. So they will write this particular entry will be recorded in a voucher called purchase voucher. They need to press F9 button and they will record it. But in SAP, we don't have a purchase voucher. Correct? We don't have a voucher types, a voucher thing or if function keys or something else. We have a different separate system. So we need to explain them. Clear?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So that's the reason this particular thing, what we are going to do, we are going to do configuration part in depth and as well as what end user activities are there, what end user will do. That activities also we are going to see. Hundreds of, in GL module, we are going to post hundreds of postings. In AP module, we are going to do end user activities, hundreds of postings we are going to do, number of postings we are going to do. Clear? Okay. So here, so as I'm saying, Ready Labs. So this is called SDLC. Okay. So again, I'm coming. So same thing, okay. For example, Ready Labs wants to implement, wants to introduce SAP in their organization. Ready Labs wants to introduce SAP in their organization. Okay. 1 second. Okay. So that's what I said. So again, I'm using the same thing. Okay. So here, Ready Labs will buy from SAP AG. Okay. So to implement, they can take services from SAP AG also. But here SAP AG will charge to implement the software. SAP AG will charge more and more money. So for that particular reason, Ready Labs will take licenses from SAP AG. This is the only authorized company who can give the licenses. Who can give? Okay, but other companies can implement. Local companies can implement SAP license in the end user. Okay, they are considered as an development partners, as I said that. For example, if I take Wipro, okay, this is implementation partner, implementation partner, and this is considered SAP AG. We considered as an software provider, and here we consider it as a development partner. Okay, so development partner can't give the licenses. Clear? Fine. So here Ready Labs implementation partner, SAP AG software provider, and Wipro development partner. Again, I'm reiterating, development partner will not have authority to give the licenses to end user. Clear?
Okay.
Yeah, 1 second. And one more thing here, our roles and responsibilities will be changed time to time. Right? In consulting level, end user level, it will not be changed. Okay. So 1 second. So here we need to see ourselves at development partner level. So here we call here as an consultants. Okay. See, again, I'm reiterating, to reach this particular position, the only one success mantra is only the practice part. Right? Tally and other ERPs we can learn within 1 week or 2 weeks. Oracle, hardly it will take 2 months time. But when it comes to SAP part, at least it will take 5 months. 5 months to learn FI part, 4.5 to 5 months in depth. Okay, and for that, practice is very important. Once you are done with the FI part and having minimum knowledge of CO, then you are eligible to attend the interview, and here you can crack the interview and you can see yourself over here. Wherever you go, the only one thing in SAP to get success is only the practice. There is no other shortcut in getting success in SAP side. As again, I'm reiterating, no logic is required, no programming knowledge is required to reach this particular position. This is not our cup of tea. Ready Labs end user is not our cup of tea. For that, no hard work is required. No hard work is required. Directly, you can, if you know 10 transaction code or 5 transaction codes, we can survive. But to reach this particular, in the sense, again, we need to remember a lot of things? No. But if you practice again and again, if we practice again and again, then definitely we can crack this. Clear? So what my humble request again is, at least spare 1.5 hours apart from your class timing every day. That's it. You will get 100%, we can get success in this. Okay. Without practice, we can't see the success here. Okay. And here one more thing I'll tell you. One more thing I want to say is, and whoever are there in this particular group, I'm able to say that your communication is extraordinary communication skills. But when it comes to SAP environment, trust me, the people who are at project lead level, okay, project owner level, their communication is apathetic because they are able to manage it. That's it. Subject wise, they are damn good. So here, 40% people will have knowledge plus communication, but other 60%, again, I'm telling you on top level, okay, they are having subject, but they are not having communication part. If we have both the things, then getting success is more easy when compared to others. Clear? So according to my knowledge in this particular batch, communication is not a big deal. Everybody is having extraordinary communication skills, but same time, we need to add some subject skills also for this. Then 100% you can see yourself within short time. Again, I'm telling you, this is month of July or August, you can see yourself in SAP organization. Okay. Right. In implementation project, there is one methodology. A SAP methodology. Remember this, a SAP methodology. So any software will have some sort of methodology to implement. So the first one is a SAP methodology. Accelerated SAP methodology, we call it as an SAP methodology. Okay, first one, in this methodology, there are 5 different phases. First phase is project preparation phase. Project preparation phase. Next one, business blueprint phase. Next one, realization phase. Okay, next one, final preparation. Next one, go live and support. Okay, the same thing I have explained in the notes also. Project preparation phase, business blueprint phase, okay, realization phase, final preparation phase. Okay, and next one, go live phase. Okay, write down ASAP stands for accelerated SAP methodology. Okay, project preparation phase, write down first one. If you want, you can write it down. So this phase is very, very important. So in the interview, if you are, as I said that, we are going to keep we are going to keep 1 year of one project end-to-end implementation project experience. We are going to keep in your resume. We are going to put. So in that, definitely you are going to get at least 5 to 6 questions on this ASAP methodology. ASAP methodology means which phase you have started, your involvement is there. In which phase you have involved. Clear? So here, project preparation phase, write down. In project preparation phase, the following documents will be prepared. Okay, in project preparation phase, the following documents will be prepared. Okay, first one is project agreement. Project agreement. So what is a project agreement document? Okay. And project agreement document, we have two parties in this, right? Who are the two parties here? Who are the two parties?
Implementation partner and development.
Development partner. That is nothing but Ready Labs. And here I'm taking Wipro or Infosys, any other development partner, right? Implementation partner and development. That could be any companies. Again, I'm taking example only. Implementation partner and development partner. Implementation partner is taking services and development partner is providing services, right? One is taking the services and another one is giving services. Okay. So these two parties will sit together and they will prepare a document. So here, what will be there in the project agreement document? So in this document, implementation partner, that is nothing but, as I said, service receiver, right? Who is the service receiver here? For example, we took Ready Labs, right? And the development partner, that is nothing but service provider. Here we took Wipro or Infosys or whoever it is. Both will prepare an agreement. Okay. In this, they mention the project cost. Okay. The complete project cost. How much it's going to be to implement end to end, from start to end. What would be the cost? And timeliness of the payments. Timeliness of the payments, right? So complete, for example, if it is 50 lakhs project it is. So total 50 lakhs they won't pay in the starting, right? So they will pay in according to work breakdown structure. Means first at the time of introduction, some part of the amount. In the middle, some part of the amount. Like that they are going to. So they are going to mention timeliness of payments to be made by service receiver to service provider. Okay. The rules and regulations will be mentioned on a legal bond paper, which will be legally authenticated document. So on a legal bond paper, which is legally authenticated by the law, in that particular paper, they are going to write all the rules and regulations, right? And project, whatever, when project agreement, that is nothing but project cost, timeliness of payment, everything will be mentioned on this particular agreement. Clear? First document in the project preparation phases, project agreement. Second one, project scope document. This is another important document. So once cost and timeliness of payment is agreed, then they will go and discuss about project scope document. One more document will be prepared. That is, the service provider will take the requirements of service receiver. As I said that Infosys people, business analyst will go to Ready Labs, and they will gather all the requirements which are required for Ready Labs, right? Receiver and discuss and will mention what is in scope and out of scope. Like In SAP, there are several modules are there. In that, all the modules may not require for service receiver company. Whatever required, that will be considered as in scope, and whatever are not required, that is considered as an out of scope. Understood? As I said that when Ready Labs purchased the SAP licenses, the SAP AG will give the complete dump to SAP, Ready Labs, right? So Ready Labs doesn't know what is there in that SAP dump, right? So once the requirement is gathered by development partner, right, whoever Wipro or Infosys, they will check, right, what is in scope and what is out of scope. What is in scope and what is out of scope means what is required from the dump to Ready Labs and what is not required. Means total 36 modules will given to the Ready Labs. So hardly Ready Labs is having 10 different departments, 10 different modules are there. So here Infosys people or Wipro people clearly mentioned in the document in scope and out of scope. What are the modules are required for Ready Labs and what are the modules are not required for Ready Labs. So that will be written on the paper. Clear? So that is considered as project scope will be prepared by project managers from service provider team. Again, whatever are not required, that is considered as out of scope, right? And project, this is very, very important. Have you ever involved in that is project scope document? So you are mentioning as in 5 years of experience, fine. And you said that I have done implementation project. Okay, so as per if straight away I can start you the practical part. You don't know what is this project agreement document or project scope document. Then directly in the question they may ask you, have you ever involved in project scope document? If you say yes, then they'll start pull your leg. What are the things mentioned in the project scope document? In real time also, if we are not involved in project scope document, then we don't know, because we are having a 5 years experience and we are working on implementation part, right? Then our job would be configuration and customization part only. We won't involve this agreement part. But if you have mentioned that I have done, they may pull your leg. Have you ever involved in project scope document or project agreement document? Then if you say yes, unknowingly, then they'll start pull your leg. So here, just remember that you need to say, if you're confident about this project scope document, I was with my project manager, okay, and we took the business process requirements of client at that particular time. I have involved with this, but we are not considered as in project managers but that will be taken care by project manager itself. Clear? Any questions on this? So who will decide which is in scope, which is out of scope, and who will prepare the project scope document? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Right? So project manager will decide what is within scope, what is out of scope, right? And project scope document will be prepared by the project manager from service provider team, not from service receiver. Okay. So next document in project preparation phase is project plan document. Okay. Project plan document. Once the scope document is prepared, then the next document will be prepared, project plan document. Project plan document will be prepared by both the sides of the teams, okay, of project managers, right? Some service receiver time, one project manager will be there. Development side, one project manager will be there, service provider. Okay. In this document, the duration of the project will be mentioned. The duration means how long the project is going to be done, and start date and end date of the project will be mentioned in this particular project plan document. This is another important document, project plan document. So both the managers, project managers, Okay, project leads will involve in this particular thing in this document. They will mention what is the duration of the project, right? And when they are going to start the project and when they are going to end the project. Clear? Any questions on this?
No, Naveen.
Next. So once the plan document is prepared, once agreement is done, scope document is prepared, plan document is done, then the most important thing, project team selection. Project team selection from both the sides. So you can see here, once the project plan is ready, then project team to be identified. Project team to be identified. Okay. Team from implementation partner and as well as development partner. Right? So implementation partner is nothing but Reddy Labs or any other company. They're already using other softwares. There is a separate finance team is there, and separate HR team will be there, separate procurement team will be there, separate logistics team will be there, right? So earlier they were using different softwares, right? So from that, the most expert people, for example, finance team, they're having almost all 300 people. For example, I'm taking HR team, 40 to 50 people are there. Procurement team, 70 to 80 people are there. Logistics team, 100 people are there. So all 100 people, 300 people, 200 people will not going to involve in this particular project from implementation partner. They're not going to involve. So they will pick the experts, right? Who are having high experience. For example, 3 or 10 members from finance, 5 members from HR, 10 members from logistics, right? And 10 members from procurement or from other departments, like 10, 5, 3, like they are not going to involve complete all employees from implementation partner side, right? So few employees will be picked and they are going to involve in this project. Clear? And they are known as the team from implementation partner. That is nothing but from end user side. They are going to call it as a CTMs, core team members. Remember this terminology. CTMs. We call it as an end user side. Whatever team will be there who are going to involve in this particular project, they are known as a core team members. CTMs. Across the globe, the same terminology is used. Clear? Whatever may be the software, not only SAP, any other software implementation is going on, the same terminology is going to use from end user side, implementation partner side. Whoever employees are going to involve in the project, they are known as CTMs, core team members. And the team from service provider partner are called consulting team or consultant teams, right? Functional and technical. Again, the consultants will be divided into 2 types. We know that functional consultants and technical consultants. And clear? And where are we? Which consulting? Are we the CTMs or functional consultants or technical consultants?
We are functional, Naveen.
We are functional consultants. Clear? So our job is here. So you can see here, who are the core team members? Core team members, nothing but out of total team, they are going to pick only few. They are important. They are having high experience, good knowledge on the process. Only those people will be picked in the project. So that's the reason we are calling it as a core team members. That is nothing but they are the experts in departmental activities or end user activities. 1 or 2 members or 10 members from each department are going to involve in the project. Okay. And these end users, these core team members will explain the business process because they are experts in business process. They are going to explain business process according to department wise to the functional consultants. So if finance team, we are FICO consultants. So we are going to deal with FI business process experts. And they are going to explain what are the activities they are going to do, what are the vendor master, they have customer master, complete setup they are going to explain. Clear? And once the project team members are finalized from both the sides, okay, then next hardware and software facilities will be discussed. Clear? Hardware and software facilities will be discussed. In this phase, the discussions will take regarding the requirements of hardware and software, right? So here, what are the things we will discuss in hardware and software in the sense? So once everything, agreement is done, scope document has been prepared, plan is ready, project team is ready. Now, so we need to work, for example, as I said that we are implementing in Ready Labs. For example, Ready Labs, Hyderabad, we want to implement the SAP for the first time, right? So we are going to give what is the hardware requirements, what are the software requirements. So for example, how many laptops are required, how many desktops are required, how many tabs are required, palm tabs are required. Clear? And what are the different softwares like MS Office, like Snagit, or whatever PDFs, right? So whatever different softwares are required to implement this particular project. So all the hardware and software details will be prepared. And what are the network bandwidth is required, how many telephones are required, will be discussed in this particular phase, right? Again, I'll reiterate, in this phase, the discussions will take regarding the requirements of hardware and software. How many systems, that is, how many laptops are required, how many desktops are required, how many palm tabs are required, and what are the softwares are required, and what is the network bandwidth facilities are required, will be discussed in this particular phase. Any questions? Any questions?
Sir, is this discussion will be occurred in the both the parties, means implementation partner and development partners?
Yes.
Yeah.
Clear? And again, I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. The question in interview where you are going to get, in the sense, in which agreement you have involved. I'll tell you from where as a consultant we are going to involve. This is completely high level, project lead level, right? For example, you are a senior consultant or lead consultant. Okay, so till project you are applying for a project lead role. You are applying for project lead role. Then definitely you should have a knowledge on this completely. But why I'm explaining this in the sense, implementation project, you will say that I have involved in implementation project, and definitely they will ask you what are the different phases in implementation. Then first we are going to say that project preparation phase. So definitely they'll pull your leg, what are the different phases in project preparation? Clear? Same thing will say that agreement, scope document, and everything. So you're not having a knowledge, and they'll ask you in this particular phases, 5 different phases, where you have involved in this project preparation phase, right? So definitely you can say that we haven't involved in this particular project preparation phase anywhere, because this will be taken care by your project lead, project owner. Clear? So I'll tell you where we are going to involve as a consultant in the entry. Okay, this is the discussion will be done, hardware and software facilities. And next one, other facilities will be discussed. And again, I'm telling you, in this particular phase, minute to minute things will be get discussed. Minute to minute. What does it mean? I'll tell you here, you will find out. So other facilities. During the project period, see, for example, as I said that we are going to implement client place, that is, which is in Hyderabad, right? Most of Wipro consultants, for example, I took development partners from Wipro, and few employees, consultants are in Hyderabad, few are traveling from Pune, few are traveling from Bangalore to implement this particular project, because number of consultants will be involved, number of different modules. We are only FICO consultants, but SD consultants will be there, consultants will be there, other logistics module consultants will be there, right? ABAP consultants will be there, right? Basis consultants will be there, are going to involve in this project. So only FICO consultants are there in Hyderabad from Wipro, and other consultants are from different regions. Okay, to implement this particular project in Hyderabad, they need to travel from different regions to Hyderabad, right? So here they are going to discuss during the project period who are going to bear the cost of basic necessary facilities, like who are traveling from other regions, boarding and lodging facilities, transportation, food facilities, and refreshment facilities, and everything will be discussed in this particular document. Clear? So minute to minute things, everything will be discussed in this particular documentation. So once this is finalized, then one kickoff meeting will be there. Okay, kickoff meeting. What is kickoff meeting? So every agreement is finished and everything is done. Okay, once all the discussions are done, then one kickoff meeting, kickoff meeting will be conducted by both the teams. In this meeting, they will involve the stakeholders, employees of the company, end user company, and they will announce regarding start date and end date of the project, and as well as trainings, etc. will be mentioned in this meeting. Means all the employees will be called and all the stakeholders will be called for this kickoff meeting, and whatever things they have discussed, everything will be put in front of all the employees and stakeholders in the meeting, right? What could be the start date and what could be the end date, and what are the trainings to be provided once the project is successful. Clear? So that employees will get awareness. Okay, for this particular month onwards or particular year onwards, we are not going to use this existing software. We are going to use the new software. Clear till here? Any questions? Any questions from anyone?
So Navin, after pandemic, so are we visiting client place? Or
Yes.
I don't think so. We are taking it
Not
virtually.
like that. Actually, from 21 end onwards, we have started.
Sorry, Navin, from when?
2021 end onwards, we have started.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before that, we used to do
2
virtually.
years it was completely locked, but now it's frequently we are traveling. Yeah.
Your voice is getting break, Navin. So I don't know.
Now is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah, actually from 2021 end onwards, we have started traveling, but still few companies are restricting because of work from home and all. We are sitting at our place and we are taking all the requirements. Whenever it is
Okay.
required, short trips will be there. That's it.
Okay,
Clear?
Navin, got it.
Yeah. So here the another important phases. Anyone other than this, any questions on go live? This one, project preparation phase.
So Navin, once we get selected for Wipro or Infosys,
Okay.
so we have to give the client interview as well. Every
Yes.
client
Yeah,
will
yeah.
ask to
See again,
give
I
us
think I
interview.
have told you. See, normally what happens is, normally whatever interview panel, for example, for which company you are going to give the interview. So in that almost 3 to 4 rounds will be there. Clear? 4 rounds will be there. That is related to company only. Once you're shortlisted, you got your offer letter, means you will be, once you onboard, but directly you won't get a project. You will be there on bench. You will be there on bench at least for at least 1 week or 10 days or 15 days. And from there onwards, you will get calls from your client project. Because for example, you are working for Accenture. Accenture is having hundreds of clients on SAP, hundreds of clients. If you take NTT data, same hundreds of clients, right? Tech Mahindra, hundreds of clients are there, hundreds of projects are there, right? Accenture, the same thing. Infosys, same thing. Wipro, same thing. Means, so from there, you will get calls from client. So we need to clear at least 1 or 2 rounds will be there, client interviews over there, because see, here in whatever company interviews that would be in higher level. Clear, end to end they will check. But when it comes to client level, according to their requirement, they'll do the interview. Because they don't want high-end level. They want according to their requirement level, whether you are suitable or not. They will do 1 or 2 rounds of interviews and they'll shortlist. Clear? And one drawback here in the sense, see, the same thing again and again, once your project is completed, for example, this particular project is 1 or 1.5 year project is there, and you have done with this particular project, okay, and it is done, it's closed, project is closed. So again, you need to show your skill set to another client. Again, we need to attend. Sometimes, okay, according to your previous experience, you are well versed with that particular company, then directly you will be pulled for the project directly. But sometimes we have to give the interviews. But once we have a subject skills, right, we have a confidence skills, at least one project we are doing, then definitely we will have scope like anything.
Yeah, Naveen.
Yeah.
At least you have
Because
to work for
that
1
would
to
be
2
a kind of
1 to
discussion with the
project.
we can't consider that as an interview, right? We can consider that as a discussion kind of thing with the client. That's it.
Okay, Naveen.
Yeah. So that is the thing will be there when it comes to end user companies and this one. So IT companies. So we need to prove ourselves almost all every 1 year or 2 years or something. I'll say that it's not a proof that once we are done with we have learned something and we have implemented something, we have done few projects in the sense, again, we need not to look back again. Clear? So definitely we are going to crack whatever maybe the client interviews, and majority consultants will work for 3 to 4 different clients, under 3 to 4 different clients, not with one client. But again, monetary benefits and everything would be awesome when compared to any other industry. Clear, right?
Yes, Naveen. So one of Naveen, after migration, after implementation, everything is set up. Upgrade is also done. So after that, is there any role we have to do?
I didn't get you. What does it mean?
So after completely setting up the
You have implemented complete project,
yeah.
right?
So from implementation to upgrade. So after that, there is no
See,
requirement.
here, once you are done with the implementation project, you are involved in implementation project. So sometimes they require some sort of support. See, they are new to the this particular software, so they need some sort of support, right? So they will agree with the development partner. The implementation will partner enters into an agreement. They need a support for 3 to 4 years because the software is new to them. If they may in the production environment, they may get some sort of issues and they can't resolve on themselves. So for that, they want some support, customer support kind of thing. So for that, we need to support them. Then at that particular point of time, you will, as a from implementation consultant to, you will move to support consultant. Clear?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So, but our work will be there. Work will be there like anything. Yeah. Any other questions?
Nothing from my end.
Yeah. Others? How about others? See, that's what I'm saying. Once we have a hands-on skills on the subject part, then we need not to look back in this particular industry. We're not going to look back. That is the only one good thing. As long as our experience grows, here or compare, because even I worked as an end user, I'll tell you, as long as your end user experience increases, then there would be chances of growing would be very less, according to my knowledge, what I saw. But here, as long initial level, probably you will have the growth would be little less, but as long as your experience grows, clear, okay, the opportunities will be very much more. If you put experience like 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, then the things will move like anything. And sometimes the company where you are working, the same company will offer you a freelancing projects also. The same company may offer you freelance projects also apart from their regular project. That's what. So earnings, financial part, there are hell lot of opportunities are there, and growth part, hell lot of opportunities are there, and work-life balance, it's again depends upon us in this particular industry. Okay. Next one. The second one, as we discussed, first one, project preparation phase. What are the documents we need to prepare? That we have discussed. And the most important, another important phase is business blueprint phase. Business blueprint phase. Today we will discuss this and we will wind it up. What do you mean by business blueprint phase? In the sense, in business blueprint phase, two documents will be prepared. Two documents will be prepared. One is as is document and to be document. As is document. What do you mean as is document? As is document in the sense, as I said, that the company is an existing company. They were using other than SAP software earlier. Okay. And how the business process before implementation of SAP. Okay. The complete point to point, step by step, the end user will prepare. That is, core team members will prepare the as is document. Okay. We'll call this document as in CSBP. CSBP. What do you mean by CSBP? Current state of business process. Current state of business process. So current state of business process in the sense, current software with the using current software, how the business process is going to work. That is called as is document. And one more document will be prepared to be document. After understanding the current state of business process, the implementation partner, the development partner will be prepared to be document. That is nothing but FSBP, future state of business process. Future state of business means we are going to explain. We will put everything on the paper. After implementation of SAP, how the things are going to work. What are the changes you are going to see? And what are the different reports you are going to see? And everything we will mention in to be document. Right? Two document in business blueprint phase, two documents will be prepared. As is document, that we call it as an CSBP, current state of business process document. Another one is to be document, that is nothing but FSBP document, future state of business process document. Clear? CSBP document, who will prepare? Who will prepare? Ready Labs.
Client, I mean core team member.
Yes. Core team member, that is nothing but from Ready Labs. Okay. And who will prepare FSBP document? FSBP document will be prepared by development
Infosys.
partner. That is nothing but either Infosys or this one. So here we will see what is as is document again. As is document will be prepared by core team members. Okay. Again, team members are different, core team members are different, which we are identified. The end user team identified who are the best among their each department. They are considered as in core team members, right? As is document will be prepared by core team members. In this, they will mention current state of business process before implementation of SAP. For example, In this document, the CTMs are going to mention there are total 80 business processes. What do you mean by business processes? Sequence of activities, we are going to call it as a business process. For example, we are working as an end user, one company. So we will write that first we will receive invoice, we will punch in our system, and after that we will do a payment according to the due date, and after that payment will be released. So this is one sort of activity, sequence of activity. So this is called business process. Clear? So they have mentioned it in this document. CTMs are mentioned. There are total 80 business processes in FI, finance, and few different business processes in procurement, few different processes in HR, few different processes in different logistics. Clear? So what is business process? Remember that sequential activity, sequence of activities. Okay. As same thing I have mentioned here, 80 business processes, sequence of activities are there in finance department or HR department, and each department CTMs will mention, each department CTMs will mention the different process in their departments. So complete point to point they will mention. Clear? So that is called as is document. And next one, to be document. To be document will be prepared by functional consultants. To be document will be prepared by functional consultants. We are going to prepare that to be document. Clear? Based on as is document, according to this, on the base of as is document, we are going to prepare to be document. Out of 80 business processes, whatever 80 business processes they have found, functional consultants are able to map with 73 standard SAP business processes. So out of 80, how many we are able to map? How many we are able to map?
73.
73 we are able to map, means directly we can configure it. As I said, that configuration, right? We can configure total 73 out of 80 business process. The 7 business processes which we are not able to map, those are considered as gaps. Those are considered as gaps. Clear? So which we are not able to map with standard SAP to business requirements. Then these gaps can be customized through development by taking the help of ABAP consultant. In the starting session, I explained, right? So whatever 7 we are not able to map with the standard SAP, we are going to explain the ABAP consultants and we'll ask to develop. We ask them to develop the screens according to the requirement of the client, right? So these are called customizations. Is this clear? Any questions? Configuration, customization. Who will do the configuration? Who will do the configuration? We do. And customization part?
ABAP consultant.
ABAP consultant. Same time. Okay. Business blueprint is a final document. Again, in the documents, whatever documents we have seen, okay, and business blueprint is a final document, which contains as is document plus to be document plus development. Clear? As is document, which is provided by CTMs. To be document, which is prepared by consultants. Developments, which are nothing but which we are not able to map with the standard SAP, which we have taken help from, to develop from ABAPus, those things will be mentioned. Once these documents are prepared, very important here, these documents are prepared, the consultant will send it to CTMs, right? So complete business blueprint has been prepared. Okay, and this complete document, what are the things will be mentioned in this document? How was the business process before implementation of SAP, and what are the things will be get changed after implementation of SAP. So the complete things will be prepared and it will send it to CTMs. Okay. Sometimes CTMs may accept or may not accept. Means after checking everything, CTMs feel that, okay, everything is fine. Then they may accept it. But they want few changes in that. Okay. Few changes in to be document plus development. Functional concept. Once they will return back to us, then what we have to do is, we, according to the requirement, we need to change the document according to CTM's requirement. So functional consultants need to satisfy CTMs. Once the CTMs are satisfied, the solutions which are given by functional consultants, which are given by us, then these documents will be forwarded to BPOs again. So who is the BPOs here? Business process owner, means the head of Ready Labs or end user level. Okay, the BPO may come up with his queries because he is having more knowledge when compared to the employees.
CTMs.
Right? Sorry. Okay, the BPO may come up with few queries. So again, we need to check and we need to satisfy the BPO regarding the changes. Once the BPO accepts the changes, clear? So here the next signing process will come into the picture. So till here, any questions?
No, Naveen.
Right? So once the BPO accepts, business process owner accepts everything, then the we will take hard copy of BBP, business blueprint, and we'll take the signature of BPO. We will call it as a signature one, first signature. Signature one. Once everything is accepted by BPO, then the same prints will be taken. And first signature we are going to take from BPO, business process owner. We are going to take the first signature. Once business process owner signed, then the CTMs are supposed to sign. Who will do the second signature? The CTMs from different departments are involved. Those people need to, those CTMs need to sign it. We'll call it as a signature 2. Signature 2. Second signature will be done by CTMs. Once CTMs are signed, then project manager from implementation partner, right? Project manager from implementation partner, here we're calling it as a Ready Labs project manager, has to sign. Okay, and that signature we call it as a total third signature. And fourth signature will be done by project manager from development partner, right? Once the project manager from implementation partner signed, after that project manager from development partner is nothing but either that could be a Infosys or Wipro, whoever is there, that project manager has to sign. Okay, and we call that signature as a fourth signature. Finally, functional consultant from every module has to sign. That is called final signature or a signature 5. The complete process is considered as a signing process. Signing process. Clear? Any questions on this particular step? Signing process. Who will do the first signature? Business process owner. Second signature, CTMs. Third signature, project manager from implementation partner. Fourth signature from project manager in development partner side. And last but not least, functional consultant of each module, functional and as well as technical module. And the complete process, signature process, we call it as a signing process. Any questions? I know it's a lot of literature, but we need to understand this particular literature. What happens before we are entering into one particular project in the backend? As a consultant, you are going straight away and you have started working. But before that, what happens to get that particular project? What are the things happens? So these are the things happen. These are the discussions are going to be happening. Clear? Any questions? Yes, no?
No, Naveen.
How about others?
No, Naveen.
So what we'll do is, till here we'll stop today, and tomorrow we are going to start a realization phase. Realize, and our part will come into this particular phase. And here things would be little challenging. We need to understand the concept called client concept and server concept and everything. Clear? Is that fine? So till literature part, we are going to little slow. And once we enter into the configuration part, we'll speed up the things. Clear, everyone?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you
Naveen.
very much. Thanks for everyone's time. See you
Thank
tomorrow.
you,
Thank you,
Naveen.
Naveen.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye all.
Bye all.